What's up, guys? Dr. Hunt again at Hunt Physical Therapy. Today we're going to talk about medial epicondylitis, or golfer's elbow. Again, this is one of those conditions you can get and have never touched a golf club. Essentially, it's a painful condition caused by tightening of the muscles and the tendon that flex the forearm like that. They insert kind of on the inside of the arm on this little bony prominence called the medial epicondyle. So you don't see this as often in the clinic as its cousin, tennis elbow, which is basically the same thing, but it's on the outside of the arm. It involves the muscles and the tendon that extend the wrist like that. And so when you get this, there's things you can do for it. So that's what we're going to go over today. So after you warm up a little bit, I always tell my patients, let's say it's on my left elbow, just kind of for a few minutes, just kind of flex and extend your elbow, maybe do like some circles or like figure 8 motion for a little bit, just kind of warm up side to side, just all those things to warm up the forearm muscles a little bit. And so the first stretch I'm going to show you is going to be with one of these handy bands that we're always talking about. So basically just hook it around something and put it to where the band is not on the bone, but maybe an inch below it. So not here, but maybe about an inch or a couple finger widths below that bony prominence. And then just scoot out to where you feel that a band dig into the forearm. You can probably see that right there. And I like to just kind of roll in and out like that, just to really stretch where the muscle meets the tendon. We call that the musculotendinous junction. And that's a lot of times where this particular condition gets really tight and sore. So what we think happens is just repetitive stress, like weightlifting. You see this in throwing athletes, like baseball players. They get that medial elbow pain. There's just overuse, inflammation, micro trauma that causes progressive tightening and buildup of adhesions and scar tissue. And the end result is pain right there where that tendon and those muscles connect on the that medial epicondyle. So try that for a few minutes, and a lot of times just after doing that for a few minutes, people feel a lot better and their grip is stronger and more confident. So let's go to a table now, and I'm going to show you an exercise and a stretch you can also do with any kind of ball, really. All right, let's go. Okay, guys, so get you one of these rubber racquetball balls at Walmart. They work really good for golfer's elbow. Find you a countertop at home. And just think you want to roll this ball up and down on where those muscles are really tight that flex the wrist. In the clinic, a lot of times when we palpate these muscles, we'll detect a trigger point, one of those really painful knots, and sometimes we'll drop some needles in that. But at home, take this ball, find you kind of a firm countertop, and just roll up and down. I'll turn so you can see those tight forearm flexor muscles. You can do a little overpressure and just do that for a couple minutes. A little discomfort is absolutely fine. I wouldn't go over the bone. I'd kind of stay, again, about an inch below that little bony prominence and just think you're just trying to work those knots out, okay? A stretch you can do, which is also good for the carpal tunnel, is to take the fingers and hyperextend the wrist, because when you do that, that stretches these forearm flexors, and you'll feel a nice stretch in here when you do this. The reason it's good for carpal tunnel is because when you do this stretch, it draws that nerve that's causing the symptoms of carpal tunnel, the median nerve, through the carpal tunnel and stretches all that out. And so, like any stretch, just hold that 30 to 60 seconds. You can do this every day, a few times if you want to. So that's a good stretch. We find that a lot of people with elbow issues, they're weak in their rotator cuff, especially the part of the rotator cuff that externally rotates. So if you remember, the rotator cuff are those muscles on front and back of the shoulder blade that rotate the arm in and out. And even in an active population, a lot of times there's a strength asymmetry in the rotator cuff. So a lot of people that get elbow pain have weakness, we find, in the rotator cuff. So get you one of these bands again, and to strengthen the external component of the rotator cuff, keep your elbows against your body and just rotate out. For some added stability around the elbow and shoulder, hold for 3 to 5 seconds and then very slowly come in. So focus on that negative, that eccentric contraction coming back. Take it out and hold 3 to 5 seconds. Here, I'll turn around so you can see. And then very slowly go in. Okay, so the last thing, get you a dumbbell, a light dumbbell, 5 pounds, something like that's usually fine. Have your forearm down, wrist on the edge of the table, and focus on very slowly lowering the weight. So count to like 3 as the dumbbell goes down to get that eccentric or lengthening contraction. You know, we think that eccentric contraction is what really helps break up adhesions associated with these chronic tendon conditions, you know. Not dissimilar to like Achilles tendonitis. I went down a little faster there, but just kind of come up normal speed and then very slowly go down. And we count to 3 to 5 if that's useful. And strengthen those forearm flexor muscles as you're breaking up adhesions where that tendon inserts on the inside of the elbow. And think 3 sets of 15 a few times a week. Okay guys, that's it for golfer's elbow. I think I mentioned it, you don't see golfer's elbow as often in the clinic as you do tennis elbow, but it's out there and people suffer with it. So try these things at home. If that doesn't work, you know, find somebody like me to do maybe some dry needling or some more advanced exercises or manual interventions. But a lot of times, if you catch it early, especially, these home things really work. So that's it for today. We appreciate your support. Please subscribe to our channel. Leave comments below. If there's anything in the future you want to see specifically, let me know. And enjoyed our time together today, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.